Okay, and you mentioned that when you guys first got together, you were on birth control, and he asked you to get off birth control and actually have a baby.
Yes, our child is planned. I mean, I thought, well, it was so funny. We were talking about this on the phone the other day because we were like, what made us decide to have a kid? And we love our son to death. But it was kind of like we were rushing. And we literally sat there and were like, well, I love cream pies. You don't want to use a condom. I'm not taking 20 Plan Bs. And the reality is, he even was like, and I have the money to have a kid. So that was kind of our like, why wouldn't we start our family? Because we both thought, well, we might as well start now because we're going to get married. We're just going to kind of do it out of order. But let's get our first kid out of the way. We wanted to go back to back. I thought I was going to get proposed to Christmas time, my birthday. And that was something that him and I had talked about. What kind of ring did I want? These are conversations that we had. So there was, in my mind, that was my last stop. It was. Like, who cares if we do it out of order? Because me and him are on the same page. We want marriage. We want more kids. We want the white picket fence with the Doberman, the pit, and the Boston. You know?
Well, I mean, there is a reason, to do it in a specific order because, I mean, yeah, you could say, oh, well, marriage is just a piece of paper, it's just a ring or whatever. But, I mean, the reality is that when you're married to someone, you are financially tied to that person in a very different way than when you're just dating. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Alimony is different than child support as well.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, you guys, at that point, you're really financially one unit when you're married.
Correct.
So whatever income you make, whatever income he makes, generally is shared. If you guys buy a house together, it doesn't matter who puts up the money, you guys are co-owners in the house. Saying that is, the point of it is that when two people are just dating, one bad fight and both people could just leave and that's it. You know what I mean? Even if there's a baby, okay, I'm going to take the baby, whatever else is done. But when you're married, there's a whole process that you have to go through in terms of divorce and paperwork and, assets and so forth, which a lot of times keeps people together, makes people at least think twice before they just throw in the towel, which is why, a lot of times you do want to get married before you have the baby. I mean, 100%. When you look at it in retrospect, do you feel like maybe you should have gone through the marriage first and then had the kid afterwards?
I understand your perspective, and I actually 100% agree. I feel like, I'm never going to say never, but moving forward, I would want to be married if I have another child. Looking back, I'm actually really happy we didn't get married because this would have just added even more stress to getting out. I don't wish that, I wish we would have been married and at least financially it would have been, no, because it was never about the money with him. And it has already been very sticky, separating with just having a child. I couldn't imagine the process of getting divorced. So I'm glad we didn't get married. Very glad.